There are a lot of reasons to love Diamond is Unbreakable, with some great fights and a memorable villain. One of my favourite aspects of the part is the supporting cast, chock full of fantastic characters, such as Okuyasu Nijimura. What's great about him is that he fits the role of the slow one in the group, but Araki doesn't leave his character at that, instead explaining why he's the way he is and shows him trying to change his ways, resulting in one of the most developed characters the show has to offer. Interestingly, he has barely any fights, only taking centre stage once apart from his initial bout with Josuke. Normally this would be dismissed as Araki poorly utilising the large cast, but his scarce appearance in battles fits him well. Let's look at his first appearance. Back then, his relationship with his brother was made very clear. Keicho orders, he obeys. Every instance where he did something on his own initiative went badly for him, and being insulted by his brother would have certainly lowered his self-esteem over time as he found himself more and more reliant on him. Not only that, but being beaten as a child by his father would have contributed to these negative feelings. This is one of the reasons that Okuyasu finds himself being controlled by his anger, having a need to prove himself and a thirst for revenge which further perpetuates his narrow-mindedness. This is something the hand embodies, being an incredibly powerful stand which is never properly utilised. On top of this, the blinkers on his face limiting his vision resemble Okuyasu's own single-minded perspective of life as he fails to take in the bigger picture. In his first arc, he tries to prove himself to his smart and tactical sibling, but his oblivious nature results in the worst possible outcome when Akira appears. Keicho saves his brother's life, but the tearful words from Okuyasu afterwards are incredibly bittersweet. His brother loved him, but he caused his death. His next big moment is in the Red Hot Chili Peppers arc, which has some fantastic development for him. In his first and only solo fight as an ally, he kicks Akira's ass, and it's not surprising as for the bulk of it he just needs to swipe away. When Akira starts tricking him however, he gives in to his anger and loses. This is the exact kind of situation that Keicho would have helped him with, and Okuyasu simply couldn't handle it, letting the enemy get away. It's hard not to feel sorry for him, as at this moment he's reminded of his flaws, being in a similar situation to what led to his brother's death. Because of this, seeing him deliver the final blow to Akira and save Joseph's life is one of the most gratifying moments of the part. Okuyasu is forced into a situation where only he was able to make a decision, and under a lot of pressure he finally pulls through, and while his solution wasn't the best, for essentially the first time in the part, Okuyasu managed to be a great help to the cast. It's clear at this moment, now that he's delivered his revenge, he's on the path to independence. A lot of characters in JoJo are absolute badasses, seeming a cut above their enemies and prevailing no matter the odds. Okuyasu is just a school kid, which makes his insecurities all the more genuine, and the growth he experiences almost makes his character arc feel like a coming-of-age story as he slowly decides his own path in life. Each significant moment for Okuyasu's character can be clearly seen in 3 arcs, with the final one being Crazy Diamond is Unbreakable. His last-minute save here is incredible, but what takes me by surprise is the serene expression he has. For someone that's been controlled by feelings of anger for so long, this is a big moment for him as we hear of his encounter with his brother one last time. As well as completing his development, it's also perfectly timed. The group start coming together at this point and the futility of Kira's struggle is realised. Koichi, Josuke, Okuyasu, they've grown so much under Jotaro's guidance as stand users and as people, and Kira never really stood a chance against them, their golden spirit. This development of Okuyasu throughout the part is given a perfect climax here when the righteous spirits of the group are made clear. He easily could have just been a dumb comic relief character with some funny interactions with Josuke, with Araki leaving it at that. Instead, we're given a sympathetic character struggling with his emotions, fitting someone of his age very well. Incredibly well written, relatable, and while not prevalent in fights, manages to have some of the most impactful moments in the part.